You're almost operating in two industries, right? So it's healthcare, but then there's also aviation, and they really are some of the two most highly regulated industries that we have. I'm curious, like, what lessons have you learned kind of from each of them, and how do they kind of apply to each other?
They are really dissimilar, but they're actually more similar in some ways than you think. So, the driving principle of both healthcare and I think aviation is safety, right? So, we think about patient safety in both, and safety is such a key component of aviation as well as healthcare. And as an organization, you can see that complement and come together in the culture. And we have really focused a lot on creating a just culture. So raise your hand, when something isn't right, and trying to not have people feel like there's punitive consequences for calling out, something that's not there. Really, really complementary components of those two businesses. The other thing when you say that, and I'm thinking about it, that's really different, is I think that in both of these, kind of back to where we started, you're talking about highly skilled, very technical, highly trained workforces. So really, our teammates, even though they do very different things, pilots and clinicians, I think there's just tremendous respect and camaraderie because they are both really very, very highly trained individuals that are working, at the top of their skill set to deliver life-saving care. And they're very committed to the mission. I mean, the mission is, I think, a driver for most of our teammates. So a lot of similarities when it comes to that. There is regulation on both sides for sure. And that keeps all the lawyers busy, so they like that. But I think there's a little bit more similarity there than maybe sometimes we think off the top of our heads.